This didn't happen years ago. It wasn't some story passed down or a legend told in whispers. It happened less than a month ago. I'm a senior in high school, born and raised in Nevada, where the desert stretches forever, and the silence can feel louder than a scream. There's not much to do out here unless you make your own fun. For me and my friends, that fun came wrapped in shadows, urban exploring. We weren't vandals. We weren't thrill-seekers in the reckless sense. We were just drawn to the forgotten, the decaying bones of malls, the broken ribs of old tunnels, the dying breath of empty rooftops. Abandoned places, places the world had let rot. But no one, not even us, was ready for what we found in the Mojave. Now, every group has that one friend. The one who takes things a little too far. For us, that was Charles. Quiet kid. Smart. A little off. He had a nose for creepy places, the kind you don't find on Google Maps. The kind with no name and no past. One night, he sent us a screenshot from this sketchy Instagram page. Barely any followers. Grainy photos. Strange captions. Every post flooded with unsettling comments like, "Still there," or "Anyone seen updates since 2020?" But this one post had us hooked. Dozens of abandoned mine shafts in the Mojave Desert, if you know where to look. Charles had already messaged the account owner. Somehow, and I still don't know how, he got a location. Not directions. Just a single dropped pin, floating in the middle of nowhere. The following Saturday, it was just me, Charles, and James. We took my Jeep Wrangler, tossed in our usual gear, flashlights, gloves, masks, water, and started heading toward the pin. It was nothing but desert roads, then off-roads, then trails that felt like we were trespassing into another world. A place Earth forgot. No signs. No fences. No birds. No wind. Just silence and dust. I kept checking my phone like an idiot, even though we'd lost service an hour earlier. James was in the back, getting frustrated, saying Charles had fallen for a scam. That we were chasing shadows based on a fake account run by some bored teenager. Charles didn't flinch. He just stared out the window and muttered, "Trust me." We almost turned around, almost, when James suddenly pointed through the windshield. At first, it looked like more rocks. But then we saw it, a wooden frame, sun-bleached and half-collapsed, peeking out of the side of a dirt hill. An entrance. A mine shaft. Real. I parked nearby, tires crunching over loose gravel, and we approached it like pilgrims reaching a holy site. Charles just stared, eyes wide, then dropped a pin on his offline map like he was planting a flag. "Told you," he said with a crooked smile. We geared up and approached the entrance. The wood groaned like it remembered pain. Charles picked up a stone and dropped it inside. Clank, clank. Clank. Then silence. That shaft went deep. Charles turned and said, completely serious, "If you trip, you're probably dead." The slope wasn't vertical, but steep enough to demand respect. We descended slowly. Flashlights cutting through the black, footsteps echoing on the loose earth. And with every step down, the heat of the desert faded, replaced by a chill that bit through our sleeves. By the time we hit the bottom, the daylight was gone. We were swallowed whole. The mine branched into tunnels, crisscrossed veins of a long-dead creature. Dust hung in the air like ash. Rusted tracks disappeared into black. Old wooden beams groaned above us like they'd collapse just from the sound of your breath. We chose a tunnel and kept walking. No one talked. There was nothing left down there, no tools, no artifacts. Just a graveyard of silence. But it wasn't empty. We just didn't know it yet. That's when we heard it. Drag. Scrape. Somewhere ahead of us, in the dark, something was moving. Not walking. Not stumbling. Dragging. Deliberate. Slow. Like something heavy was being pulled across stone. I froze. Charles froze. James whispered, "You hear that?" We all did. We turned off our flashlights. And in the dark, oh God, the sound got louder. Closer. My legs refused to move. I wasn't scared in the movie Scream way. I was scared in the "this is how I die" kind of way. Then James snapped. Took off running. Didn't say a word. His footsteps echoed like gunshots. That jolted me and Charles back to life. We ran. We didn't speak. We just ran. Back up the shaft, through that unnatural cold, hearts pounding like war drums. When we reached the surface, daylight never looked so alien. We didn't stop running until we hit the jeep. No one spoke the whole ride back. No jokes. No theories. Not even a "what the hell was that?" Charles stopped sending locations. He hasn't mentioned urban exploring since. James won't reply to our group chat anymore. And me? I keep thinking about it. That dragging sound. The way it moved. Like it knew we were there. Like it had been waiting. Like it had done this before. And here's the part that won't leave me alone. That mine wasn't listed anywhere. No history. No name. No coordinates in official records. So how did that person on Instagram know where it was? And who else had gone in, and never come out? If you walk away from this story with anything, let it be this. Not everything abandoned is empty. Not every silence is safe. And not every invitation is meant for the living. We chased forgotten places, thinking we were brave. But curiosity doesn't always get you answers. Sometimes, it gets you watched. And sometimes, it gets you followed.